Welcome back, adventurers. Well, this week we share the chat that John and I had about the update, launch and delivery date of our Portofino 52 and the Portofino 47 and how that impacts on our plans going forward. We also discuss the possibility of a trip to Vietnam and to check out the Odyssey 48 in production and maybe even the launch. We now find ourselves back at our beautiful turquoise coast of Turkey, destination Bodrum, and we can't wait for the change of country, custom, culture, and not to mention the food. So, kick off your shoes and come barefoot with us. We are John and Ali, the Barefoot Doctors, sailing and travelling around the globe. Join us as we share the adventure and explore the beauty of the world, because life is better barefoot. Good morning, people. Well, it's time to go exploring Turkey. So we're off to see St. Peter's Castle and also have a look at the marinas along the way and a few of the sightseeing spots. And so we've just lowered the dinghy. Jill's learning the ropes, literally. She is getting the hang of this Leopard 45 catamaran, and she's got a bag.
On another expedition.
Woohoo! Now we did turn the light off for the anchor light.
Yeah, I did.
Excellent.
Look at the castle.
Are you having fun?
Yes, I'm having fun.
Excellent. Having fun, Jill?
I'm having a awesome time. There's a castle.
At the castle, I'll tell a princess joke. What did Snow White say when she went to pick up her photographs from the chemist back in the day when they used to process them? And they were taking a very long time. She stood outside the chemist and she said, "One day my prince will come."
You've got your dinky toy.
It's even parked sideways. It's
Oh.
parked the long ways. When, how funny is that?
Look at the way the window's open. Like a hatch.
But for two passengers. Very cool.
It looks like it's made of plastic.
Doesn't it?
It is plastic. That's plastic too.
Looks like it's from a 3D printer. What's happening here?
Well, here they're making these sweet dough balls dipped in honey, so everybody can remember and give respect to a person who's died. So this is like wow, look, all the kids are coming. So this is to respect the passing over of somebody. The family obviously pays for it. And this is just a Turkish tradition, which is very nice. Everybody gets a bit of a free feed of these delicious honey dough balls.
And in the background we've got the call to prayer going off, and it's very appropriate. The guy's name who's passed away is a hello. Is on that sign there. Hello. Ahmed, what is it?
Ahmed Harimya.
Okay, blessings to Ahmed Harinya. Ahmed Harinya.
Wow. I'm at the To be able to experience the culture and the essence of a place that you go to, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you have to have time.
Yeah, you do. You have to have quality, not rushing through with the tour guide and the trip. This is what it's all about.
Eating free dough balls. Cheers, Ahmed. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Blessings to you. May your spirit soar. So here we are sitting in the park, sending blessings to Ahmed, who is passed over, wishing him a fruitful passage to the afterlife. And we're sitting here in Bodrum, enjoying wonderful friendship.
At the start of summer.
Oh,
It's starting to get
celebration,
warm.
the start of summer. Good one.
And also the winds dropped, flat calm last night, absolutely wonderful weather and very calm or no winds for 3 or 4 days. So
Yes.
for the first time we've had more than 2 days without a blow. But we're now in Turkey.
Yeah.
Maybe that's telling you something.
And it might be time for a swimsuit. Yay! Sailing from Greece to Turkey is like crossing an invisible line that divides not just countries, but entire worlds. The distance between the two shores is barely a stone's throw, yet each side feels like an entirely different universe. And as you cut through the crystal clear waters to the other side, it's impossible not to feel that magnetic pull of that threshold. The sense of moving from one familiar into the unknown, even though we've been there before. And even the air feels different the moment you approach Bodrum. There's a buzz of excitement, a subtle shift in the atmosphere. The breeze carries a scent of salt and spices. Exotic sounds of the mosque's call to prayer makes you realize just how much of a change this tiny hop across the sea brings. Well, this is our backyard for about a week or so, and we can't wait to head into the restaurants and taste some of that traditional Turkish food. Another first for Jill. So this is our first evening of traditional Turkish dinner with Jill, and we're at this traditional Turkish restaurant we brought her to because we've eaten here before. It's really yummy.
We have absolutely no idea how much all this cost. Because they just kind of said, do you want some of this, some of that, and they all just scooped out little bits of everything. And then we said, oh, we'll also have a plate of like fried vegetables. And they said, we have a sauce, do you want garlic in it? Yes, please. Then we got a few of those.
Whatever they are.
Whatever they are.
With some white sauce on top.
But I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited.
And we got bread.
And bread. Look at that. All right. Bon appetit, or whatever it is in Turkish. The food. Oh, the food. And in Bodrum, you're greeted by the smokiness of the grilled lamb and the tang of pomegranate molasses and the heat of the paprika. It's a new palette of flavours, richer and deeper in a way that invites you to explore. The culture here is a mosaic of influences from the ancient Greeks and Romans to the Ottomans. And walking through the streets of Bodrum, the sound shifts too. The chatter of markets, the call of the street vendors, and the hum of Turkish pop music spilling from cafes. It's a vibrant, rhythmic soundscape that feels alive with energy. To someone who's sailed this route before, it's a reminder of how small the world feels, yet how big the differences are when you step into a new culture. And for Jill, it's her first time in Turkey. And we notice her wide-eyed excitement, the way she pauses to take in every detail, the intricate tile work and the bustling markets, the smell wafting from every corner. For her, everything is new, a new discovery, from the simplest cup of Turkish tea or coffee to the first sight of the ancient Bodrum castle. It's contagious, this feeling of wonder, a fresh perspective that makes us see this place through new eyes. Even though we've been here before, there's always something new to uncover. The fact that you can sail for just a couple of hours and feel like you've arrived in a completely different world is part of what makes this journey so magical. The line between Greece and Turkey is so thin it feels almost imaginary, yet crossing it every time feels like stepping into a new chapter of an ongoing adventure.
Hey honey, we really need to go and talk about what we're doing, where we're going and what's happening.
Okay, let's sit down with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and let's talk about it, because we've got a few really important things to discuss. And I thought it'd be really good if we include you guys as well, because this is the reality of it. This is a normal discussion that we are going to have. It's just that
these occur regularly.
You're invited this time. So the discussion we're having right now is about our future, So here we are in our love nest at home, but we actually are just waiting for the boat to be finished now, aren't we?
Well, I wouldn't say we're just waiting, because we've got an awful lot of stuff to do here at home. So we need several months to sort out our own health, the house, some meeting up all our friends and all our workmates from the past. So we have an awful lot to do, and my list of to-do things is huge. So it isn't that we're sitting doing nothing.
However, if the boat was ready, we'd be there. Friends? Who? Friends who? No, just kidding, guys, really. We do want to see you. But yeah, he's right. I mean, we have got lots to do while we're at home, and we always cram in as much as we possibly can. So I guess it's a blessing in disguise that we have this time at home to get all that stuff done that we need to doing. Because realistically, when we leave this time around, we're not going to be home for at least another 15 months. But everyone, not everyone, lots of people keep on saying...
No, everyone, the whole world.
The whole
really
world, every single person in the world wants to know when the Portofino is going to be ready, when we're going to take delivery and that kind of thing. So it's not as easy as saying the boat's probably going to be ready about April, May or June or whatever, because there's all sorts of plans that revolve around when the boat is ready. And there's also the Portofino 47 to consider.
And I mean, unfortunately, when people say, when will the boat be ready? Well, in reality, nobody knows.
No.
We don't know. Raphael doesn't really know, but he has some idea. But there's a story which I tell when I was building my 42-foot boat. For the last 6 months of the build, I thought I was going to be ready within the next 6 weeks. So you can understand, as you get to the end stage of a boat build, there are a lot of little things that hold you up and don't fit, and then you've got to rework them, and this system doesn't work, so it delays you more.
If I can just jump in here, historically, you always tend to think that things are going to take a lot less time than they do in reality. He says, "Oh yes, we'll have that done in, you know."
I'm an optimist. Oh, I can edit this video in half a day.
And you know, so I mean, that's great that he has that as part of his character. But I usually have to tack on a little bit extra as the realism, you know, of the whole situation. So we know things always take longer.
So the real challenge we have is, how do we plan when we don't know when the boat's going to be ready?
Yeah.
And even when they say it's going to be ready in such and such a date, it's not a guarantee, because it may well be a month or two later. Obviously, we did have flights booked to go back to Dubai to see the boat at the end of February, early March, with an expected completion date in March. The Portofino 47 is now only going to be finished in March, which really means that there's no way the 52 is going to be ready in March. So realistically, it's going to be a couple of months after that, 2, maybe 3, if we're lucky. But that's pushing us back to like May, June. And then if it's finished, there's a 3 or 4 week freight time to get it to the Med, if that's the way we go. That's the top of our options of how we want to get the boat delivered.
So just to give you some idea of how we have to forward plan.
We went to the Grand Mott Boat Show in April and then waited for the delivery of the 52 to Italy, and then the Cairns Boat Show in September, and then we'd sail out through Gibraltar to the Tenerife, Cape Verde, etc. Those are all EU countries. So by October, November, maybe December, we would be leaving Cape Verde, and we'd be leaving the EU only then. So that's more than 6 months. So we really need to get a Schengen visa for more than 6 months.
So we have to start investigating, which John has, a 12-month visa for the EU, and that's just very complicated. What sort of visa are we needing? And apply for it before we leave Australia, because that's what you have to do.
And it's a 4-month wait or up to 4 months for them to process the Italian visas. So we really have to get our skates on, and they also ask questions like, what's your date of arrival? Well, we don't know.
Good question. Everything is just everything. A lot of things at the moment are just all up in the air. We don't have answers, we don't have deadlines, we don't have dates.
The intention is for the Portofino 47 to be in the Grand Mott show. If they can't get it onto a ship and freight it in time, it might miss the Grand Mott show too.
Which means that we probably won't go to the Grand Mott show, because it's no point us leaving Australia too early if our boat's going to be delayed
3 months.
3 months. These are the kind of discussions that we have, and sometimes there'll be something that happens in a day, or that we'll get a message from Raphael, or we'll get more a different plan change. So it just changes so many aspects of suddenly instead of going in this direction, we're going to go that direction, and we're going to do this instead of that.
So the other thing that's very exciting is that the Odyssey 48s are being built, and we have friends in Vietnam. We've actually wanted to go to Vietnam on a number of occasions, but we couldn't get there last year for various reasons.
This time we've been invited to go lunchtime, and that would be so cool because that coincides with two of our wonderful patrons that are having #2 Odyssey built, and we are so excited because they came sailing with us not last year, the year before, and we had a week together, and they're awesome folk, and we're really excited about them starting on their own journey. Building a boat is, a pretty awesome journey to start with, so that's been really, really amazing for them. And then to actually finally have it, and wouldn't it be so cool to be over there and be a support for them when they take delivery of #2 Odyssey? That would be awesome.
Yeah, when you take over a new boat, there's a lot of stuff you have to do. You have to check all the systems, you have to learn all the systems. You obviously take it for test sails, and because this is the first Odyssey on the water, obviously the Odyssey team is going to be taking it out for test sails, which for them will be an amazing experience, just like for us when we take the 52 out.
Yeah.
The Odyssey is a wonderful design based on the Mumby design from before.
Light and fast.
Light, fast, lifting keels, lifting rudder, beachable, all those nice features that we love. So we would absolutely love to be there to support Rick and Colette. And it would be absolutely wonderful for us to go to Vietnam, because we want to go to Vietnam in itself. But we do have a few friends over there as well. And obviously this Odyssey 48 is being launched, and it would be absolutely awesome to share that with all of you guys as well, considering that a lot of our viewers are keen on the aluminium design, and this is obviously the closest other boat to the Portofino that's around, because it's lifting keels and beachable. So it will be absolutely phenomenal if we're able to get there.
I think that would be really cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, and it would be lovely to be able to help these guys out as well, because we've done it a few times with new boats.
It can be such an overwhelming experience because you've got this brand new boat, you've got all the new systems, you're in a new country, everything's just so new and so alien. It's always really great to have support.
Yeah, and I've also helped other people out that are taking new boats as well.
Yeah.
You know who you are, because I'm sure you guys will be watching the videos too. But
hi.
and I mean, I think when we did that, we were really helpful to those guys as well, because as I said, the things swing both ways. Some are really important that get missed by the handover process, and other things that appear to be very important actually can just be said, no, that's fine, don't worry about that. And I believe it takes a lot of the stress out of the process if you have people who are completely unbiased.
Your support team.
Support team on your side.
Hey, we want support team. Everyone loves support teams.
So if the planets align and we're able to get out to Vietnam to help these guys and to see Vietnam and the Odyssey 48 in the water, that will be absolutely amazing.
And we'll come and see you too, Nick, our new Patreon. So yeah, as you can see, there's no black and white answer to when we're getting the boat and what we're doing, because it's almost like shifting sands, pardon the pun. But we'll keep you up to date and keep you posted as much as we know.
Hopefully that gives you some idea of the sort of way we think about stuff and how we resolve problems, because it doesn't all just fall into place. There is considerable vagueness and uncertainty, and then things align or they don't align, and that's life. The main thing we're trying to avoid is being back in Europe and sitting for 2 or 3, or in Dubai, and sitting for 2 or 3 months while we wait there. We would much rather be waiting here in Australia, or using our time much more productively by going over to Vietnam and having that awesome experience. So
Yeah, that's this week, so tune in next week and let's see how the plans change. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed Plan A, and thanks for watching. And if you're new here, click the subscribe button, ding the notification bell, because that's going to tell you when a new video comes out, and there's usually something interesting to see. And give us a like too, because that really helps the channel as well. And we really appreciate your support, particularly our Patreons, because without your support, there's a lot of people that we wouldn't be able to get to, because you support us and we support them.
through Tough Minds.
Yeah.
Mental health stuff, it's not about us, it's about
Thanks for the clarification. Whatever he said. Anyway, guys, that's it from us. All the best, and we'll see you next week.
all the best.
Bye.
Until next week, guys, hold fast to your dreams, for like the wind in the sails, they propel you towards endless possibilities.